Hello, everybody. It's your friendly neighborhood INFP, and I did not want to talk about this subject. This is a kind of more serious subject. It is kind of a more sort of depressing subject. It's a subject that not a lot of people like to talk about, or listen to, or hear about, or think about, or just in general. It's, of course, the subject of jealousy, and the reason why I'm bringing it up is partly due to the quote unquote Twitch leaks, which has sparked up a storm once again, as per usual. Whenever people find out how much money somebody's making, everybody starts freaking out, lashing out, and going through all of those types of stuff, which is also why certain people in most companies, in fact, all companies, do not like sharing how much they're making with each other, because if they do, once again, the ugly little head of jealousy rears up. And sure, in some cases it can be good, in some cases it can be bad, but that's not what I'm trying to talk about here. I am trying to talk about the negative sides of jealousy, especially on what we see on the internet, because the internet amplifies everything that we had thought that we would hidden, and because we think we're anonymous, we go and we say and do things showing our true nature, which then gets like sent out there and amplified, and everybody gets to see who we actually really are, rather than keeping a lot of that to ourselves, and so on and so forth. And one of the major things that we often see, and I would even argue, is the result of cancel culture, and is the result of people getting mad at other people depending on how much they make, and people judging this person and that person, or this personality and that personality, saying, man, I wish I was that type, or oh, that type is able to do that, man, I wish I could do that. And they're kind of jealous at said types or at said people who do certain things, and then they get mad about it, and then they get indignant and entitled about it, or then they're already indignant and entitled about it, and the jealousy doesn't really help, because when that comes out, they're like, man, I wish I had that, I deserve that too, I want what they have, they should give what they have to me, that thing, I deserve that. And it's I I don't know how to fix it. I don't think it can ever be fixed. Jealousy is one of those things that will parade about the world, like from beginning to end. In the Christian sense, Cain was jealous of Abel, and so he went and killed Abel. And like ever since that point, all the way up to present, it has permeated cultures, societies. It's never going away. Um, and seeing this online, seeing the people being mad over something they should not be mad about, especially when they find out how much money somebody is making, and a lot of the times it falls down to how much money somebody is making, and then they feel entitled to said money and think that they should get said money for free without, doing anything or whatever, or working towards that money or whatever. Or then they're just mad that those people are being supported, or they wish they had that level of attention. And I'm looking at this going, why can't you just let it go? And perhaps part of it is I guess this is more of like a philosophical segment of me looking at jealousy, but I think part of it is that people may not have been taught properly. They haven't been taught how to respect money properly. They haven't been taught how to go after money properly. The school systems as we know it are a century behind the way people learn in the modern times. And they're made to go out. Oftentimes the way it was set up was so that you would end up being a factory worker and working in the factory and doing this, that, and the other. And sure, some of it is changing now, granted, but it's more like you see it especially on social media, you see it on YouTube, you see it on Twitch, you see it on all these different platforms that you're able to express your opinion. And there's nothing wrong with expressing your opinion. I'm expressing my opinion right now. I'm looking at it in the lens that I am looking at it. And I I honestly could not care how much somebody is making. I myself, it does not affect me. It does not affect my life. They probably worked really hard to get there, 10 or more years, in fact, to get there. Some people 30 years to get there. Maybe not so much on the Twitch side of things. Twitch is usually like, it can be anywhere from 1 to 10 years, depending on how long they've been on Twitch, that gets them to that level. And then that they've put in the time, so to speak, in order to make said money from the subscriptions and the people watching them, and the people donating to them, and the people being entertained by them. There's nothing wrong with that, like, at all. And then, of course, you have the jealousy towards the different personality types, and like them looking at each other being like, oh, that personality type, I wish I had what they did. And then somehow that jealousy ends up to them looking down at that type because they don't have what that type has, and it goes into this weird mental gymnastics of, okay, because I don't have the capabilities of that personality type, well, then that must mean that personality type is actually bad and I am not. So for example, labeling all INTJs as villains and people who are psychopaths, for example, might be one such thing that a person might put on a type. And I think it's more because those types have what people want. They have that dedication. They have that emotional maturity for some. They have that level of intelligence or capability or craftsmanship, artistic skills, money making skills, body working skills. And by body working skills, I mean like things like being able to do like massive body double stunt type things that you'll like, you know, the crazy flips and tricks that people are able to do with the body that make you go, dang, you can do that with the human body? That's impressive. That kind of stuff. And so you get jealous and envious of those people, and then you start hating where you are at because you're unable to accept that you aren't able to do the things that other people are able to do. And then you then somehow start labeling it as their fault rather than looking at yourself and being self-aware so that you can move on and actually improve your own life rather than looking at somebody else's life and wishing that it was yours. Do I wish I was a millionaire? Yeah, a lot of people wish they were millionaires, but the people who wish they were millionaires are often also the same people who attack the rich and be like, tax the rich, attack the rich. Oh, the rich got what they deserve. Because they're jealous of what the rich have and they don't. They're working their 9-to-5 jobs or their 16-hour days or like putting in so much work into whatever they're doing, and then they get mad at all these super rich people being like, man, I should have that too. While you can, if you know how to work for it, which is what the school should be teaching you, which they are not, but because they're not, it leads into this sense of jealousy and parts entitlement, like I mentioned before, and even envy. And basically, the best way I can put it is like people are attacking that which they want, but don't or can't have because it's something that they want and can't have, and it's because it's something that they want and can't have, so therefore instead of working towards that, let's attack it because reasons, I suppose. The best way I can put it is this kind of like ways so as to not make them feel so bad about it that it's their fault, they're the ones who are they're the ones who are. Now granted, there are some people who aren't nice people who are rich who become even not nicer people, but then there's a lot of nice rich people who are philanthropists and help people out, sometimes secretly, sometimes not so secretly. And there's nothing wrong about them. Like, I don't see, actually, no, correct that. I do actually see people attacking Mr. Beast because they're like, he should have given more. He makes so much money. He should have given more. And that's the other thing. the jealousy that they haven't gotten what they want. And I think that, like, that goes across all the problems that we are seeing, is that because people don't have the attention, they don't have what they want, they don't have all of that, they feel as though those people should be doing what they can't do. Yet, even like, so for example, in the sense of giving, the people who are like, oh, he should have given more and he should have done more and he should have, are usually the people who don't help others, are usually the people who don't give, are usually the people who don't donate to charities, while at the same time ironically attacking those who actually do give to charities far more than they make in their entire life. And I think it's like a big psychological thing of not being taught how to live your own life properly, to be content with the things that you have. Now, granted, I'm not fully content with the things that I have myself, but I am learning to live with it, accept it, and try and work towards a better system. I'm not just, sitting on my laurels and being like, oh, those people are rich, or oh, those people are bad because of this reason, or I wish I was that person. Like, granted, yeah, I wish I was an extrovert. I wish I could do some of the things that some extroverts can do, sure. But I know I'm an introvert. I know I have my own perspective. I just want that kind of, what I'm looking for is that kind of reciprocation, or would it be attention? Appreciation. That's the word I was looking for some of the things that I did. And, sometimes I get it, sometimes we don't. It's life. You don't always get what you wanna. But yeah, I think a lot of the world's issues comes down to people being super jealous and not, like, because they don't have what they want and because they want what doesn't belong to them, they get mad at the other person having what they think should belong to them for various different reasons. And this can go from, like, another person's girlfriend, another person's money, another person's house, another person's car, another person's anything another person owns or has or is with or is living. They want that life that other person has, and of course it gets into, like, hate and all of that. And for them to, like, not be jealous, like, there's a lot of jealous people on social media. I found, like, literally, cancel culture, the way I see it, is people are jealous at the attention and money and whatever that people are making. And of course, they're highly sensitive. And so, because they're mad at that attention, they then attack them for any negative traits that may come up. And so then the cycle just spirals out of control, and it's this big snowball effect, simply because people want what that other person has. And oh, hey, look, this negative aspect that we can attack them for and go after them for, let's do that. And I'm just waiting for that day that happens to me. It's probably not going to happen yet because I'm not super popular, but I am fully aware. Like, I am unbelievably aware of, like, what will happen once they get to a certain level of popularity. And yet I am still doing this, and yet I'm still striving for it, because at the end of the day, I'd like to think I understand their mentality at least a little bit, so that I can ignore it when it does happen and just move on and continue improving my life. Anyways, I guess this was my rant / philosophical thing on jealousy and how I'm viewing it in the world. And basically, you can just fix it by just focusing on your own life, being content with what you have, and working on your own self-improvement and self-awareness. And you'll live a much better life. Until next time, I will see you guys basically tomorrow. Bye-bye.